What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters, and my Matrix fans? I'm One-Eye Bry, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Matrix 4, and what did you think? Spoiler warning for all things Matrix and all the 4 movies and everything like that. But I'm not here to spoil the movie by any means, but I'm going to talk about some things. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to know, stop watching now, obviously. But overall, I enjoyed Matrix 4 for what it was. It's kind of a reboot, rehash, going back to what it was. But before we get to it, guys, hit that subscribe button, like, share, subscribe. You know, we talk about the Walking Dead universe here, but we're going to be branching out more and more and more, especially when the Walking Dead is off. And if there are any topics that you want me to talk about or movies or anything, I'm definitely open to suggestions. But remember when The Matrix was a big deal? I believe the first movie came out in 1999, and then it was 2 movies in the early 2000s, and it really brought a different take on movies. Bullet time, and just changed the game for a lot of different avenues. And it's pretty interesting that they bring that up in the 4th movie. And it's kind of cool that they talk about stuff from the first 3 movies. It's definitely a movie, Matrix 4 that is, that connects with the previous movies on purpose. It's definitely cool to see Neo and Trinity and the new Morpheus. But remember when Matrix was a revolutionary movie? This isn't a revolutionary movie by any means. The first Matrix is going to be hard to replicate and duplicate, and I don't think that's what the point of Matrix 4 was. Now, the first movie, The Matrix, could have just been a one and done movie, but it was 3 movies, and they were okay. I recently went back and watched the first 3 movies. My wife never saw them, so we watched it, and the second and third movie I thought were crap initially, but they're actually better than I remembered. But The Matrix was a big deal, and it still is. It definitely changed the game for movie making and how they do things. The first 3 movies still hold up today. Matrix 4 definitely does. But remember when Agent Smith was fighting Neo and the way it ended, and it was just like, okay, I guess that's it. But there are some great moments in the Matrix franchise that still hold up. Now in the Matrix 4, there isn't an Oracle. And I kind of wish there was, because it's kind of cool to see that foreshadowing futuristic thing. The ending is definitely talked about. It's not like it just starts and it makes no sense at all. The Matrix 4 does pick up where Matrix 3 kind of left off, but it's kind of a new movie, but it's an old movie. It's the same, but it's different. It's new and improved, but it's the same. And I remember when Matrix 4 was filming, and I was like, oh yes, we're gonna get back to the Matrix, and it was cool. And Keanu, Carrie, they do a great job, and I love to see them back in this franchise. Now, Keanu's a great actor. I love him as John Wick, Neo, and a bunch of different movies. And the new people that they brought in definitely helped the franchise. And I don't know if we're going to get a Matrix 5 and a 6, but I did like the new characters. Bugsy, the new and improved but different Morpheus, Sati is the little girl. It's pretty cool that they have those callbacks, and that's what this movie really is. It's definitely stuff to bring us back to the original franchise. For those who don't know, the Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters. They're transgender, doesn't really matter, but that's who the woman is there between Keanu and Carrie. And it was just the one sister instead of both sisters. But it's cool to see the callbacks, and they actually show them in the movie repeatedly. So you're like, remember this? Oh, that's this person. Oh, remember that? That's this person. Neo still has his powers, but he has like new powers. But he doesn't have certain powers for at least some part of the movie. And the way it ends is pretty interesting if we're going to get more movies. It's pretty cool to see Niobe come back around, and the story does make sense for what it is. And I was buying into it, that's for sure. The callbacks took me back to being a teenager again, watching the first Matrix movie for the first time. And I think that's what this movie is all about, the nostalgia for what it was. They make reference to the 4th Matrix, the Warner Brothers situation with them making another movie. They kind of have a 4th wall dynamic to it, and it's interesting. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. How about you? If you saw it, let me know your thoughts, post your comments below. Please don't post any spoilers, at least for a week or so, because let some people watch it, and then we can talk about it more and more and more. So overall, Matrix 4 is a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's a decent callback movie. It's a rehash, reboot. I don't know what they're going to do for the future of the franchise. Is this it? I'm okay with it if it is, because it's pretty cool to see the characters come back around with some new additions. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Did you enjoy Matrix 4? Why and why not? Stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.